You are here. You have made it. You have reached the peak level of the prison workout strength training pyramid. You have built your base level of strength with the foundation where you built your squats, your push-ups, your pull-ups, your dips, all of those foundational strength exercises necessary. Then you traversed the structure of the pyramid, which was where you built that muscular endurance, that strength stamina, and just built that plain old-fashioned grittiness. And now you are at the peak. This is where you crank up that intensity and you add whatever means possible to increasing load and explosive power to your exercises. This is where it's going to be time to start hitting those makeshift prison weights, other people's weights, slow buffers. We're going to hit the plyometrics exercises, and that unilateral stuff all come into play. This is where that real prison jack starts to happen. This is where the real animals are made. However, because we were in prison and had to deal with pretty much fixed weights, this is definitely different than the usual way you would be able to progress through using weights and structuring a weighted workout. So in this video right here, we're going to be going into how it is that in prison we were able to work with these set weights that we were able to work with and deal with these weights in order to get the most unbelievable results we could possibly get with them. And that is what we're talking about in this video today. Now, at the end, I am going to go on a little bit of a rant. I'm letting you know that now. And in this rant, I'm going to tell you that some of you, it's not going to connect with. It's not going to hit home. But for some of you, you are going to absolutely 100% feel it to the core. Because it's real. Plain and simple. However, I just wanted to let you know, give you a heads up, because if you don't want to hear one of Lucky's old rants, when you hit that unilateral part right at the end of the unilateral, skip out. Everything's cool. I'll see you in the next one. However, if you're down for the rant, that's what it's going to be after the unilateral part. Now, with that said, let's go. The peak. Purpose equals maximum force, explosiveness, visible muscular density. The peak is about load, intent, and the nervous system. This is where you're going to start chasing strength and power. It is where heavy load plus unilateral work plus explosiveness equals denser muscles, a thicker look, and a harder physique. Adding load. The bags and the ways that we weighted our exercises is the true gold when it comes to the prison workouts, because it was different than the way you train with weights on the street. These weights are always going to be unstable. They're always going to be a little bit off. They are always going to be difficult to handle and deal with. And there is no making small incremental adjustments. Either you can lift this weight or you cannot lift the weight. And if you cannot lift the weight, you have to figure out a way to be able to lift that weight. Period. There is no way around it. Another thing is that because it is a fixed weight like it is, you are going to have situations where it's going to be too heavy for some sets or some types of exercises. So you're going to end up having to do like crazy cheat sets to get it up there, throw it up there, do whatever you got to do. And then for other exercises, it's going to be too light. So you're going to end up having to do just like zillions of reps. But that's just what it is. That's the nature of the beast. That's what helped us get the results we got because it's unique. It really doesn't matter whether you're using the bags or the people for weight or the slow buffers or whatever. What it comes down to is you have a fixed weight and you're going to have to be able to deal with this by whatever means possible. Now, that may mean that you're going to have somebody spot you all the time when you're doing the exercise. Or you're going to have to sit there and do something to heave it up and then just work on negatives. Or have a spotter help you sling it up there and then work on negatives in order to build that strength to be able to work with the weight that you got to work with. Or you got to do crazy cheat sets, which those crazy cheat sets where it looks like you're kind of hipping the thing up or doing whatever you got to do to get it done, it builds muscle, trust me. It works the body. You got to do what you got to do when it comes to working out with the makeshift implements, because they're going to be awkward, they're going to be crazy, they're going to be all over the place, and you just got to struggle with them, battle with them. And that's also what is one of the strong reasons to why it is that those things just get so much good results, because it's a fight. It's a fight to sit there and be benching or flying some weight that you have, and one side's heavier than the other side. So the entire time your body's having to also deal with the fact that this one's going up a little bit faster than that one, this one's a little bit lighter. Now, how do you even that out? The next set, you just flip the weights. Every single time we would do another set, we would just face the opposite direction. So you'd switch the sides with the bags. Or if you got just one bag and you're doing exercises with it, you just keep spinning it. You keep spinning it, so that way it's always going to be at least semi-stabled out, even though it's an unstable thing. You just got to work with what you got to work with. You got to make it happen. Plyometrics and explosive work. The purpose of the plyometrics training is to train speed, force production, and your nervous system. The main ways that you want to train the plyometrics is with low reps and long rest breaks. Because for plyometrics, it's all about force production and explosiveness. The speed of the rep is the key. As soon as the speed of the rep starts to slow down, that is when it is time to stop. Even though you can still crank out and burn out and grind through a bunch more reps, when you're first getting started, it's all about maximum force and explosiveness. So you don't want to sit there and rep these things out. Now, of course, like everything in prison, it's going to get blurry, because as you get stronger at later stages, you will sit there and like rep out and do a bunch of crazy stuff with the plyometrics and like bounce, 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 bounce. But in the beginning, you want to focus on building that pure strength, power, explosiveness, which means maybe only doing 5 jumps for like jump squats. Or if you're doing explosive push-ups, you're only doing like 3 explosive push-ups, because the key is you want full speed thrust. As soon as that full speed thrust starts to slow down a little bit on your rep, that's when it's time to just stop. Stop, set's over, take a longer than you'd feel like you should be taking rest break, like 3 to 5 minutes, and then hit it again. Because again, you are not focusing here on strength endurance or any of that kind of stuff. You just want pure power, expenditure, and explosiveness. Now, I am not going to lie. After we would beat ourselves up with these workouts, it would have been absolutely totally amazing to have one of these guys right here. Yep, this is today's sponsor, Arboleaf. This is the CM20C, and for you guys, oh, I have got a code for you. You could check it out. I'll have it down in the description. I'll pin it in the first comment. You can use code LUCKY at checkout with my link and get 10% off of this little bad boy right here. Arboleaf CM20C massage gun. Unilateral training. Unilateral training is really one of the most beneficial methods of training that we had access to, because it allows you to do things like balance out imbalances in your strength. So for instance, if you're doing like single arm push-ups and your left arm is weaker than your right arm, you could just start every single set with your left arm, and that will usually catch them up. However, if that's not quite getting you there, you could always just add a couple of reps on that side. So every single time you do an extra 1 or 2 reps on the left side than you do on the right side. And then that will usually definitely balance you out. Great for balancing out muscle strength. It is phenomenal for working core, as in it is like continual extra core strength, because your body has to then stabilize the entire body while you're doing the rep on the opposite side. So the left side has to be stabilizing while the right side is working. Like if you were doing bag overhead presses. Left side stabilizing and keeping your whole body in line, right side's working. That also flows right into the next reason why they're so good. And that is because your body ends up getting to be in continual state of overall work. So even though only one side is actually getting worked as far as the exercise itself, and the other side is getting rested, which allows you to just hand the weight to the other side and go, the overall body is being worked. Because if I'm working on an exercise on my left side, the right side is getting rest. However, the overall body is still in the midst of exercise. So saves time. You can knock out a workout quicker by using them. And it is going to increase your wind while also helping to increase your strength. And the other nice thing about it is you don't need a ton of weight. So if for us we had access to like water bags, a lot of times you couldn't really go too crazy with these water bags. So you can't really go to like an insane maximal weight. Well, if I'm only doing something where I'm only using one side of my body and I'm using that water bag, I don't need as heavy of a water bag in order to make it a strenuous activity or a strenuous exercise. So there's always that. And everybody knows about do some pistol squats, do some single arm push-ups. Way more difficult than doing your double-handed or double-legged version. Now for the truth. The truth about the peak level when it comes to the prison workout training method. The peak. This is the actual truth. The truth is that the peak level is bullshit. Because there is no peak. When it comes to fitness and it comes to strength training, there is no peak. Because when you get there, it just keeps progressing. It keeps moving. So when you hit that peak, you're already, it's not even like climbing a mountain where you get to the peak and you're at the peak and now what are you doing? You're looking out to see where the next mountain is to climb that peak because it's a little bit higher. That is the reality. And in this reality, it's not even like you hit the peak and you just stop there. Because as soon as you get there, you're going to want to go further. You want to go higher. You're going to want to keep on going. You're going to want to keep on adding. You're going to want to keep on adding more weight. And that's just the reality of how this works. That's the way it's been for me. I don't ever reach the peak. My peak just keeps on peaking. It just keeps peaking. That's the way it goes. If you're like me, that's the way it's going to be. Because you're not going to be done. When I am done, I will be dead. Until I am dead, I am not going to be done going for the peak. That will never be there. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. Probably makes sense to you. Hopefully it makes sense to you. If you're like me at all, it makes sense to you. Because you already know, because you've already experienced it, and you've already done it. Guarantee it. And me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And if you would like, you could check out one of these videos on the screen. One is going to take you to the structural phase of this whole pyramid system. And the other one will take you to the initial video that started the whole series off. And with that said, peace, love, joy, prosperity, and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one.